Week 7 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for this week. The first guy, Logan Allen of the Cleveland Guardians. Allen, one of the top prospects coming up this season in the Guardians rotation, and so far it's been a mixed bag of results. 21 innings, 1-1 record, 24 Ks, a 3.43 ERA, a 1.48 WHIP, and a quality start. So right now he's got 4 starts under his belt. Is Allen, and the most he's won was only 6 innings, but he's a lefty. He's got some good stuff. He pitches for a Guardian team that's going to give him some decent run support. He's not in that tough a division, and he's a guy that could go out there and he could get some outs and get quality starts. But so far, the last few games, it just hasn't clicked for him. April 30th at Boston, 5 innings, got the loss. 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks in that one. May 6th versus the Twins, 5 2/3 in that game. 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. And then May 12th versus the Angels, only 4 1/30 lasted. No decision, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. So right now, his next outing's here today at the Chicago White Sox. We know this White Sox team not playing that great this season here, even though over the last few games their hitting starting to get going, led by Luis Robert, and Joe Berger has been hot as well. But right now, Logan Allen, I think you don't have to give up much to get him. The upside is good, and I think he's going to stay in this rotation. Tristan McKenzie still far from coming back. Aaron Savall, he possibly could be back soon and maybe take a spot, but we don't know for sure. And I think they want to go with the youth movement here as this Guardian team. They got Tanner Bigby in the rotation already. He's pitching good. Got Gavin Williams down there in the minors dominating. And Logan Allen, he's a crafty lefty that I think could be a decent fantasy option. So right now, well, he hasn't done much over the last few games. Here's Allen, and still trying to figure it out on the big league level, but has great potential upside. This is a perfect time to go out there and get him, because if he could put a string of good games together, I think he could be a solid pitcher, 4th or 5th starter on your roster or back end of your rotation for the remainder of the year. Next pitcher is Freddie Peralta of the Milwaukee Brewers. So Peralta, it's been up and down throughout his career. It seems like one great year, one injured season year, one mediocre year, and so far this season, it's been a mid-type of season. 46 innings, 4-3 record, 50 Ks, a 4.11 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, we haven't seen much out of Peralta. 11 1/3, 1-1 record, 9 Ks, 5.56 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, and a quality start. So right now, Peralta, we know he's got good upside. We know he's a pitcher that could go out there anytime and throw 7 shutout innings with the type of stuff he has. But this season, it just hasn't been put together for Peralta. So right now, well, he hasn't really done much. And like I said, he's been a middle of the pack type of pitcher for the most part for Peralta. This is a perfect time to go out there and get him. May 2nd at the Rockies, 6 innings, no decision, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 10 Ks, a quality start. May 8th versus the Dodgers, 6 innings, got the win, 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. And May 15th at the Cardinals, he got racked up in that one, 5 1/3, got the loss, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 walks, 4 Ks in that game. So when his control's off and he's walking a lot of batters, which in the last 3 outings he's walked 10 batters, is Freddie Peralta. That's not a good thing, but he's got a good offense backing him over there for the Brewers. And I know the division isn't great as well. The Cubs have been an up and down type of team. Cardinals, they're starting to get going all of a sudden now. But for the most part, Freddie Peralta, he really hasn't pitched that great besides a few outings here and there this season. So right now, he's a guy who will go out there and buy low on his Peralta because the upside's major. And after coming off a ball game where he got bombed in that one, the value's a little bit dropped because he could get back on track, and then you have to pay a higher price to get him. The next pitcher is Hunter Brown of the Houston Astros. So coming into the season, Hunter Brown, I thought he's one of the better prospects coming into the season, starting in the rotation for fantasy baseball, especially with the championship Astros on the season. 44 2/3, 4-1 record, 47 Ks, a 3.43 ERA, a 1.32 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. But over the last couple weeks here, 10 innings, 1-0 record, 11 Ks, a 6.30 ERA, 1.80 WHIP. So right here, Hunter Brown, he's got great stuff, no doubt about it. I just don't think he's playing as great as many owners would think he is in his first full season in the rotation here with this Houston Astros team. So the last few games here for Brown: May 8th at the Angels, 4 1/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 3 Ks in that one. May 14th at the White Sox, 5 2/3 in that one, got the win. 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 8 Ks in that game. So right now, quality starts have been hard to come by Brown. He's not going that deep into the game. And right now, he's been a middle-of-the-pack type of fantasy option, but he definitely has big-time potential. And this Astro team's obviously going to count on him with Jose Urquidy out and Luis Garcia, who needs Tommy John, and he's out for the season. So his next outing is May 20th versus Oakland. So right now, if you can make a deal here for Hunter Brown, this would be the time to do it, because if he goes out there versus a weak Oakland Athletic team here and pitches a gem, obviously the value is going to go up. So right now, Brown has been up and down over the last few outings here. This is the time to go get him, because once he gets back on track and a guy with major upside and could carry a pitching staff in fantasy with his potential, it would be too late for fantasy owners to go out there and get him on a discount. The next pitcher is Alec Mota of the Toronto Blue Jays. So Manoah, what a season it was for him last season, but right now he's almost entering drop range for fantasy owners. But he's too good of a starter, I believe, is Manoah. Last season, I don't think was a fluke. 16-7 with a 2.24 ERA and 196 2/3. And so far this season, the home run ball has hurt him, and the command has hurt him as well. 45 innings on the year for Manoah. 1-4 record, 35 Ks, a 5.40 ERA, 1.80 whip, and 3 quality starts. And over the last couple weeks here, he's been hit hard, 13 2/3, 0-3 record, 7 Ks, 6.59 ERA, 2.20 whip, and no quality starts. So right now, you don't really have to give up anything, I believe, to get Manoah. One of your final bench hitters, even another starter, who's just middle of the pack in a deal here for Manoah. So right now, this Blue Jay team, we know they got a good offense. We know they could back up their starting rotation, but that obviously hasn't been the case. Manoah's command has been an issue, and the home run ball's been an issue, where he's getting down in counts too early, and he's just overthrowing, I believe, and not hitting the zone consistent. May 3rd at Boston, 5 innings, got the loss, 8 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 3 Ks. May 9th at Philly, 4 2/3, got the loss, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, a K in that one. And May 15th versus the Yankees, 4 innings, got the loss, 6 hits, 5 runs, 7 walks in that one, and 3 Ks. So like I said, the walks are definitely a problem here for Manoah, with 12 walks in the last 3 outings. But right now, like I said, his value's at an all-time low in his major league career and for fantasy baseball, with an ERA over 5. And the last 3 outings, he's been getting trounced. So right now, well, he hasn't done anything of note this season, Manoah. After last season, he was a Cy Young candidate. This is a perfect time to go out there and get him, because if it just takes a couple games for him to get back on track, he'll be a top 3 pitcher for fantasy teams in their rotation. So right now, just go out there and get Manoah, because I think he will turn the corner, and he's got too good of stuff not to, is Manoah, unless it's another issue that we don't know about. The final pitcher I look to buy and trade for is Hunter Green of the Cincinnati Reds. So just like Manoah, Hunter Green, the last few outings, he's been getting hit pretty hard on the season. 0-3 record, 59 Ks, 43 innings pitched, 4.60 ERA, 1.58 whip, and 2 quality starts. But the last couple weeks here, 15 innings, 0-2 record, 19 Ks, 7.80 ERA, and a 1.87 whip. So Hunter Green, his Ks are still way up there with 59 on the season and only 43 innings. I know he plays on a red team that's not going to give him a lot of run support, but another guy with major upside is Hunter Green. And it's just about his control and him not giving up the home run ball as well. Him and Manoah, 2 power pitches, and just their command, and obviously the home run ball would hurt these ball players. But right now, if these guys could just get it under control and pitch more than being throwers, it's sky's the limit for Manoah and Green. So Green, the last few outings, May 5th versus the White Sox, 5 2/3, got the loss in that one. 7 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 7 Ks. May 10th versus the Mets, 5 1/3, got the loss, 6 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. And May 15th at the Rockies at Coors Field, obviously, 4 innings, no decision, got hit in that one, 9 hits, 6 runs, a walk, 8 Ks. So the strikeout's still on par, but the runs given up have obviously been a problem, especially the last 3 games here for Green. 13 earned runs given up in the last 3 ball games. So right now, while Green's having some trouble, and now he's got a tough matchup coming up May 21st versus the Yankees. We'll see if he could get back on track there, but even that, I'm still going to go out there and get Green, because Green could fill the back end of the rotation for fantasy owners. But he's limitless here for Green. And obviously, this Cincinnati Red team believes in Green as well, giving him an extension in the offseason here, where they locked him in for all his arbitration years. So right now, while Green's struggling, but the potential is still obviously there, and some good signs with the high strikeouts, this is a perfect time to go out there and get him. So that's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for here in Week 7 of the fantasy baseball season.